Hello guys, it is Tuesday, July 17th. I just vlogged all week last week and I'm not sure if this is a good decision or not, but I'm gonna vlog again this week even though it is kind of a crazy week. If you did watch last week's vlog, it was vlogs, it was 4, and on Friday I took on a last minute large project with a really tight deadline, and I've already been, it's like 10:30 now, and I've already been in the studio for 3 hours working on it. I started work on it on Friday, and the sketches were approved by yesterday at noon, and then even though the deadline, the final deadline is this Friday, I have to actually have them all, I'm doing 6 illustrations and I have to have them all completely finished by tomorrow at noon. So a little more than 24 hours from now. And that's because the way that I do my process, I have the sketches and then the client gives feedback on the sketches and I make any changes, and then I do the finals and then the client gives feedback on the finals. And the changes that I would make to the finals are much smaller, they would just be color tweaks or maybe some texture tweaks. Nothing compositional or adding or subtracting or changing the subject itself, just more finished things. But still I have to have time to go through that process. And originally the client was going to get me the sketch approval by Monday end of day, but they got me the approval by Monday noon, which was great. But then they wanted the deadline for me turning in the finals to be moved up 12 hours because they're really crunched on their end for time as well. So yeah, basically I started on the painting part of it yesterday afternoon, and then I've been working on that all morning, so I'll have 48-ish hours to do it. But this is definitely a really tight turnaround for me. Usually, I've done 24-hour turnarounds before, but those are usually just for one illustration or maybe a couple of really small spot illustrations for editorial stuff. And I asked this on Instagram yesterday or day before yesterday, I don't remember, but I can't show anything that I'm working on this week, or I can't show any of this project. Some of the other stuff that I will hopefully have space to work on at the end of the week, I might be able to show you. But yeah, I can't show this stuff, and I asked on Instagram if you guys still wanted to see vlogs, even if I can't show you the stuff that I'm working on, and most of you said yes, some of you said no, but over 90% of you said yes. So that's why we're here, and I'm gonna try to just tell you about the process and what's going on. So you will see some of that unfold, and hopefully this will all fit in one video this week and I won't be stuck with hours and hours of footage that I don't want to edit. Yeah, alright, so I am going to move on to the other 3 illustrations. Okay, it's about 2:30 and I have just got Penelope set up with a babysitter who's going to be here from 2:30 to 5:30. I have all 6 of the illustrations have had the first colored pencil layer, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I was hoping to be a bit further along than I am, but that is the state of it. And then one of them, I'm most of the way done with the second layer, so I'm purposely doing the more complex ones first and then saving the simpler ones, which I hope will just, I don't know, make life easier. They're due at noon tomorrow, so technically I would have 4 or 5 more hours tomorrow morning to work. But I am always underestimating how much time it's going to take me to scan things and prep files. So my hope is to not have actually that much work left to do tomorrow morning. Just to show you how much I have been sitting down today working, I have 2,000 steps on my step counter, so very inactive day. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back to it for the next few hours. Depending on where I end up at 5:30, I may need to do some more work after Penelope goes to bed tonight, but regardless, I will just stop at 5:30 so I can spend some time with her, because I do feel bad. I have just not been with her very much today, and it probably will be the same thing tomorrow. So yeah, that is that. It's a little bit after 9, it's about 9:20, and I just finished the illustrations a little bit ago, so I'm sitting here scanning, and then I have to edit them. The deadline is today at noon, but I actually have another client call at 11, and that's gonna go probably right until 12, so I have to get these turned in before that. So I'm scanning them in at a really high resolution, which I was on the fence about because technically the client can still ask for changes at this point. So it would be much faster if I just scan them in at a low res, and then if they want changes, then I do them, but then I'm gonna have to like edit them and remove the background and do a bunch of different stuff. So in the off chance that they don't ask for changes, or if the changes are things that can just be done digitally, I'll be ahead of the game if I've gotten them scanned in at higher res. So that is what I'm doing. Hoping that that will be done by 10 so that I can have the hour from 10 to 11 to clean them up and do any editing, although I will say that's pretty quick. So yeah, it's coming down to the wire here, but I'm gonna make it. I ended up working until a little bit after 9 last night, so yesterday was from like 7, I worked from like 7 a.m. to 9 with a couple of breaks in there, so it was, that noise is just the scanner, by the way. It was a long day, certainly longer than I've had in a little while. I used to do those kind of days fairly frequently before Penelope was born, but now I can't. So yeah, it was kind of an interesting flashback to work a good old-fashioned 12+ hour day. Yeah, so after I get these turned in, I will hopefully hear back from the client early afternoon. I'm guessing they'll want to talk on the phone because they've wanted to do that so far. So I'll have to have a phone call this afternoon, and then figure out if there are any changes that need to be made. At this point, it would just be like color or texture changes. I think I mentioned that already yesterday. It wouldn't be anything like really big or anything relating to changes of the composition or moving objects. It would just be, yeah, color and style. So we will see what comes of that. And then yeah, depending on what kind of edits they want, if they want any, I could potentially be totally done by tonight, in which case I would have the rest of the week to focus on other projects, which would be nice. Yeah, I also am hoping this week to have a couple orders to pack up, and then, well, that I have to do regardless. And then if I do end up having some more flex time on Thursday and Friday, I want to finish filming my Skillshare class. Yeah, and that's mostly what is on the schedule for this week. So I'm just gonna finish up this scanning. All right, it is almost 12:30. I am just finishing up now. I got the illustrations all scanned in and edited and sent off to the client. I'm not 100% happy with the color, but I just didn't have, well, with how the color translated in the scan. The actual illustration I think looks great, but the scan still needs some tweaking, but I had to get it sent in. So yeah, I'll do any necessary tweaks in this upcoming round of edits. And then I had my other client call. So yeah, now I'm done for a little bit. Gonna go get some lunch and put Penelope down for a nap. And then hopefully we'll talk with my other client, the one that I just sent the illustrations in for. Hopefully we'll talk with them this afternoon and find out what edits need to be made. It is about 11 o'clock on Thursday morning. I have just finished up the edits that I got yesterday. I'm trying to remember the last thing I said to you guys. I think I had actually just sent off the full color illustrations and then was waiting back for feedback maybe. But anyway, I did get some feedback. The client had a couple of minor changes, and then I was talking with the art director and had a couple of tweaks that I felt like would improve it overall. So I made more work for myself, but that's okay, because really I just wanted the end result to be as good as it can be. So yeah, so we talked through those, and I made the changes that I wanted to make and the changes that the client wanted this morning. That's what I've been doing this morning, and I'm just about to hit send and send the email to the art director. So there it goes, and we'll see what they say. At this point, the client has used up all of their edits, so if they want to make additional changes after this, it would increase the budget for the project. So I'm guessing that they won't. I feel like they look really good. Yeah, and I'm excited to hear what the art director thinks. In this instance, I've been dealing with, I've been communicating pretty much solely with the art director, and I've had no communication with the client, which is nice because it just keeps things simpler. So he'll probably then send them to the client to get final approval and then get back in touch with me. Sorry about the noise. Windows open as usual. Yeah, so that is where I'm at right now. And I had kind of a cool thing happen this morning. I will have either already inserted footage or I'm going to insert footage right now. But if you guys remember the project that I did late last year and then talked about a bit in the spring when they rolled out the rebranding at trade shows and stuff, the packaging illustration for Green Valley Organics. I had my first time actually seeing it in the wild. The grocery store that we live really close to, or I just walk to sometimes, I saw one of the new products there on the shelf. The other one still had the old packaging, and it's been kind of slowly rolling out nationwide since the spring. But I think because they're a California-based company and we're all the way over here in Boston, it's just taken a while. But I don't think I've showed you guys yet. Let me grab this. They actually sent me printed samples, which is really cool, and also takes up a lot of space, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I don't want to throw them away because it's just so cool to see them. I shared a picture of this in my Insta stories a while ago when it first arrived. Yeah, so let me lift up. Yeah, there they are, all of the bottles. Yeah, so you can see they do like a, oh, this exposure is going to be tricky, but yeah, this is they have a strawberry kefir. I'm not going to name all the products, but I'll just show some of them to you guys. This is the one that I saw in the store. And then these were all still the old packaging in the store, but yogurts. And I did a peach one too. Oh, this is the cream cheese bagel. Oh yeah, they even sent the lids, the foil lids, which is cool because I've never seen any of my work printed on foil before. Yeah, so really fun to see all of it. Anyway, I was thinking of doing like a whole video about the project. I don't know if you guys would be interested to like see because I shared, did I share? Yes, I shared process photos on Instagram, but I haven't made a video about it. If you guys would want to see like some of the earlier stage stuff, the sketches, and hear about the process, like the back and forth and making edits and all of that. Since it's public now, I can talk about those things. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in a video talking about the process, and I will try to make that. Okay, so I have about an hour left before the babysitter leaves. Then I'll have to take a break and get lunch and put Penelope down for her nap. So in that time, I might just do some boring admin stuff. I have some invoicing to do and a couple emails to reply to. So I think I might just get a jump on that, and that way it's possible that I might actually have time to work on some personal stuff, personal projects or portfolio work this afternoon. So yeah, that will be the rest of the day. I'm going to try to check back in when I hear from the client and get the final go-ahead, and that way you guys will have been a part of, even though you haven't seen the work, you will see it eventually, and you will have been a part of the whole process from start to finish when I signed on for the project at the end of last week's vlog and finishing it in this week's vlog. It is Friday morning, just before 9. I have already been in the studio for a little bit. I got the final approval yesterday, yesterday evening yesterday afternoon rather, for the illustrations that I've been working on this past week. They're for, I think I mentioned they're for a packaging job, so I'm not sure when it's going to be public. I think it's going to be fairly soon because we were under a really tight deadline. But I will of course let you guys know when it is public. But yeah, got that final approval and the client was really happy. All in all, it was one of those rare instances where it actually turned out to be smoother and simpler than I expected it to be. I feel like I always, I have a tendency to always think that something is going to be really, straightforward and underestimate, underestimate how much time it's going to take me. But this time I feel like my estimates were right on and everything just went according to plan, which was really nice. What even is that? Oh my gosh, hair. Yes, so this morning I have been photographing the originals because the client is interested in potentially buying those as well as the usage rights that they have gotten. And I don't know, they have the scans obviously, but I think it's helpful. A lot of people, it's helpful for them to actually see a photo of the entire illustration as opposed to just a scan, because then you can see scale. And I'm trying to get better about taking photos and including like props and doing different flat lays and that sort of thing to give a sense of scale. So yeah, I've done that, and then I have a couple of orders to pack up, and what else do I have this morning? I already submitted my invoice and everything yesterday, so yeah, I think I'll send this final email with the pictures of the originals, and then that project will be wrapped up. So the one last thing I wanted to mention was that last week I talked about relaunching my Patreon. So thank you so much to everybody who has pledged before that and who's pledged after that. And as a thank you to those folks, and maybe as an incentive to some more of you, I am going to do a giveaway of an original exclusively for patrons. So it's going to be of this illustration, which is a little trio of cherries, and it's the original illustration, not just a print. So yeah, that's going to be just drawn by a random number generator of everybody who has pledged any amount by July 31st. So if you want to enter and you're also wanting to support my work on Patreon and help me to keep making videos, now is a great time to do it, because whether you pledge at $1 or $10, and I just have a few tiers on there, so whatever tier you pledge at, everybody will have an equal chance to win the original. So and we'll see, I may do more Patreon exclusive giveaways in the future, which is kind of fun because, it's a smaller pool, so you do have a chance, you have a better chance of winning than when I have done other giveaways. So yeah, it's been a while. I'm trying to remember the last time I did a giveaway of an original. I think it's been a while. So yeah, I'm excited to do this, and all the info will be in the description box. All right, so that's it, and I'm really excited to show you guys this work when it's actually out and I can. It feels strange to be filming the whole process but not be able to show any of it, but You all said on Instagram that you still like seeing it, so hopefully that is the case. And regardless, thanks for coming along with me this week and keeping me company. And thanks for watching. And if you're new here, please subscribe and like the video and leave a comment and all of that. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.